The starting lineup for the visiting
Here's Hill. So the opening lineup for the Suns. And it's Diaz in at the small forward. Here's Blunt. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And here are the Suns now. It's a three-point game. Pass to Diaz. They set the pick to the inside. Mercer takes it off the glass.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Now here is Hill. To the wing right side. Here's Blunt. Count that one. Blunt's got 5.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Palmer. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. First quarter, just over a minute played. Barnes kicks to Marshall. Back to Barnes. Pass to Blunt. Here's Steffens. A shot off that time. Here's Diaz. Now Lawson. Marshall with the steal. And here comes the break. Here's Hill. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throw.
First team foul.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for 2, Obias Hill.
Free throw drops for Hill. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Here's Diaz. Inside to the right side. There's a screen. Into the lane. Barnes grabs the miss. Gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Blunt. He has 5. No good with the elbow jumper.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
Mercer. He's guarded by Hill. Pass to Bayless. Clock at 6. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Here's Lawson. Here's Diaz. Back to Lawson. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. It's intercepted. Here's Blunt. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Blunt's got 7.
Well, they gave him the mid-range. Smart idea to take that one.
They set the pick. Bayless deciding where to go with it. Pass to Diaz. Here's Mercer. And the baseline jumper, no good.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Here's Steffens. Here's Blunt. Shoots over Bayless. Buries it from about 10 feet away. He's got 9. Suns have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Pass to Bayless. Down low. Here's Mercer. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Hill passes to Barnes. And here is Marshall. Here's Stephens. The rebound by Diaz. Goes up the baseline. They get it back. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting for the Suns, Franklin Mercer. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Pass to Blunt. Marshall with it. Now Barnes. Here's Blunt from beyond the arc. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Blunt's got 12 in the game.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Pass to Palmer. From past the arc, it's rebounded by Blunt.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Outside Hill. Out to the wing. Here's Blunt. 12 points for him. Off target from the baseline. To the paint. Here's Lawson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. It's back to Hill. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns.
Suns fall. Substitution on the court.
There's 1:54 left to play here in the first. Pass to Diaz. They set the screen. Here's Bishop, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Back to Black. Blunt passes to Black. Puts up a deep three. Blunt can't get it to go. Gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Peterson. The shot's good. And the Suns lead by 2.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Pass to McCoy. Here's Black. No scoring in this one. Blunt can't get it to go. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Peterson, that's good.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
34 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Blunt. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Blunt's got 14 points. Suns have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. There's 18 seconds left in the first. Here's Diaz. 5 to shoot. Driving in.
First personal foul,
The Suns have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
At the line for the Suns, Manuel Diaz, taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both shots good from the stripe. Just 4 seconds left here in the opening quarter. That one, no good. And that does it for the first quarter. Suns lead by 4. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
On the court for the Suns, and it's Bayless in at the 1. Going inside, good. So, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you know?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
Peterson misses. Pass to McCoy. Here's Black. Over to the left wing. Montgomery. Second chance effort. Count the basket.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance point.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Here's Black. Bayless covering. Black the pass to McCoy. Here's Drell. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Montgomery. Peterson grabs the miss. Suns lead by 6. Pass to Bayless. There's the screen. Here's Batista. Watkins passes to Peterson. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Peterson's got 4 this quarter.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Pass to Black. Here's Montgomery. Rebound by the Suns. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Watkins. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Montgomery, the pass to Stevens. The tray. Bishop grabs the board.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
To end the cold streak, drills it from outside.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Now here's Bayless. He's tightly guarded. There's the pick. Here's Watkins. Pass to Bishop. Shoots from the right block. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Here's Steffens. Here's Black. Nothing on the board. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Here's Blunt. Here's Mercer. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
The Suns making a switch here. Bayless is checked in. Hill, no good. Suns leading by 7. And here is Bayless. Here's Diaz. To the middle. And the layup is good. 7 points in the game.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Outside Hill. To the inside. Here's Blunt. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 3 assists in the game.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Here's Palmer. He's guarded by Hill. Driving the lane. Palmer no good. Gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Hill kicks to Marshall. Here's Blunt. Bayless covering. Here's Barnes. Pass to Steffens. And here is Marshall. A 3-pointer off the mark. 1:25 left to play here in the half. And the shot goes in.
Really a good job recognizing the mismatch. Just going up for the shot with that huge height advantage on that possession.
Hill passes to Barnes. It's rebounded by Lawson. Suns leading by 9. Inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Craig, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Here's Blunt. Bayless covering. Pass to Marshall. Outside Hill. Here's Blunt. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Blunt's got 18 points. Suns have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Mercer passes to Lawson. Here's Palmer. He's guarded by Hill. The Suns need to get a shot off. There's Bayless with the 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Bayless has got the lead up to 12 now for the Suns. fires from way outside. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so we conclude the first half. Suns ahead. They lead by 12. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the Phantom half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Suns leading by 12. We've got Barnes. Blunt is out there with Hill. And it's Marshall in a power forward position. Here's Mercer. It's rebounded by Blunt. Blunt's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And for the Suns, and it's Lawson in at the 4 slot. Pass to Blunt. Now here's Barnes. And here's Hill for 3. That shot off. They've got Hill. He's out there with Blunt. And it's Marshall in at the power forward. Yep, it counts.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And for the Suns, and it's Bayless in at the 2 guard. Hill passes to Stevens. There's a good screen. Now here's Marshall. Lawson defending. It's hauled in by the Suns. Bayless with it. He's got 6. Over Blunt. Bayless's shot is off.
You're not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Pass to Hill. Marshall with it. To the inside. Here's Blunt. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Blunt's got 20 points.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Mercer passes to Bayless. Here's Palmer. That 3 off the mark.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pass to Barnes. Now, here's Marshall. Lawson defending.
Suns foul. Lawson. First personal foul. First team foul. Suns foul. Franklin Mercer. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Stevens, the pass to Hill. 6 to shoot. Launches it. Stephens can't get it to go. And so Bayless will bring it up for the Suns. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Pass to Diaz. Now here's Bayless. Not a lot of room. They set the pick from outside the arc. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Barnes passes to Blunt. And there's the drive. And the basket is good. Blunt's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now. Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. From the arc. And with that shot, the Suns lead has got back down now to 10 as they pick up the bucket from Stevens.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
Pass to Marshall. Now Hill. Barnes outside. It's tipped. Fast break. Here come the Suns. Here's Palmer. Yep, that one goes. Palmer's got the lead up to 14 now for the Suns.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Yeah, they did a great job of controlling the pace throughout the game and keeping the defense on their heels.
Down low and stolen by Barnes. It's 2-on-1. Here's Blunt. Finished off the break. Blunt's got 6 points in the quarter.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Here's Palmer. He's guarded by Hill. There's Bayless with the three. Stephens pulls it in. Gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Outside Hill. Pass to Marshall. It's back to Hill. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And the Suns call their first time out of the game. And the Suns here with a different look. Suns leading by 10. Watkins passes to Diaz. To the middle, here's Peterson, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Pass to Drill. Here's Blunt. That shot is off.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there.
A minute 42 left in the third. Shot clock at 5. Peterson the pass to Batista. Offline with his three. Gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Pass to McCoy. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Peterson the pass to Watkins. Here's Diaz. Here's the screen. To the paint. Here's Peterson. And there it is for him. Peterson's got 12.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Pass to Black. Here's Blunt. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Suns leading by 14. .26 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it goes down 2 points. And the Suns lead by 16.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Peterson the pass to Diaz. Puts up a deep three. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Suns lead by 16. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments.
Come on, fans. It's
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. At 36% on the night, they've got to step it up offensively. They've got Black, and it's McCoy in at the 4. Back to Black. Deflects the pass. Here's Watkins. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
defensive foul.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
First team foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
And that one misses. Here's Black. From 13. He can't get that one to fall. Suns leading by 18. Watkins passes to Blunt. Here's Watkins. Shot clock at 6. Off target at the rim. Here's Black.
Suns foul. Jeremy Watkins.
The Suns making a change here. Thomas is checked in.
Substitution for the Suns. Number 40, Harry Thomas.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth, and he gets the bucket.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Blunt passes to Batista. Teardrop shot, rebounded by Temple. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. It's hauled in by the Suns. Thomas passes to Blunt. Down low. Here's Batista. The shot is good off the backboard. And the Suns lead by 18.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Pass to Temple. Back to Black. Here's McCoy. He's guarded by Collins. Here's Temple. Clock at 6. A three-pointer, no good. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
Remix foul. Drell. Second personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for the Suns.
That free throw good from Thomas. And the Suns making a change here. Lawson's checked in. That one is no good. Gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Thomas surveying the D. Inside. Here's Watkins. Rebound by Marshall. Marshall's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside. Here's McCoy. Thomas covering. Second shot opportunity. It's rebounded by Blunt.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. To the left side wing. Here's McCoy. Batista with the rebound.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Both teams will make substitutions. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Here's Palmer. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Pass to Marshall. It's back to Hill. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And the first one drops. And the Suns making a change here. Lawson's checked in.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on the second free throw. Suns leading by 21. Here's Palmer. It's rebounded by Blunt. Blunt's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Hill. Takes it inside. Count that bucket.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Palmer. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Suns lead by 21.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Pass to Blunt. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Here's Palmer. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Palmer's got 10 points in just the second half. And Portland just 35% so far. Pass to Blunt. Here's Steffens. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
First personal foul, third team foul. At the line for 2, Richie Stevens.
First one falls for him. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Suns leading by 22. Lawson outside. Here's Palmer.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
First personal foul, fourth team foul.
Three-pointer, Lawson. It's rebounded by Blunt. Just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Pass to Barnes. Here's Steffens. Wants to get it to Hill, and does. The baseline J off the mark.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Good ball movement here by the Suns. 6 to shoot. Lawson outside. Pass to Diaz. And here is Bayless. To the middle. Here's Mercer. And they recover it. That shot wide open. Lawson's got 4 points in the quarter. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Suns.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
Out to the right wing. Now here's Bayless. Here's Diaz. Shoots from the baseline, and the ball goes out of play following this shot. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Hill passes to Stevens. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Barnes. Fades away and sinks the tough shot. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Batista. Here's Blunt. Now, here's Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Over to the wing. Here's Watkins. From 13 feet, it goes down.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Ovias Hill, one shot.
Free throw drops for Hill. 9 seconds left to play in the final quarter. So the Suns win it. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg.